Have you ever met someone who seemed to have everything in the world, yet was still searching for something money could never buy? What would happen if a billionaire woman fell in love with a humble single father, only to be stopped in her tracks by a few honest words from his young daughter? What that little girl said changed everything, and taught everyone around her a powerful lesson about kindness, love, and what truly matters in life. Before we begin, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Kindness Moments, and leave a comment telling us where you're watching from. Your support helps us share more heartwarming stories that remind us how powerful kindness can be. Now, let's begin. Emma Richardson was one of the richest women in America. She owned successful companies, appeared on magazine covers, and lived in a mansion overlooking the ocean in California. People admired her success, but very few knew the truth. Behind her smile, Emma often felt lonely. She had spent years building a business empire, but she never found the loving family she dreamed of having. While she could buy almost anything she wanted, she couldn't buy genuine friendship, love, or happiness. One rainy afternoon, everything changed. Emma was driving through a small town after visiting a charity event when her car suddenly broke down near a local grocery store. Her driver was delayed, and she found herself standing alone in the rain. As she waited, she noticed a man helping an elderly woman carry groceries to her car. The man looked ordinary. His clothes were simple, and his old pickup truck had clearly seen better days. Yet there was something special about him. He smiled warmly as he helped the woman and refused the money she offered. "Just helping a neighbor," he said. Emma couldn't stop watching. The man's name was Daniel Carter. Daniel was a widowed father raising his 10-year-old daughter, Lily, by himself. He worked long hours as a mechanic, but everyone in town knew him for his kindness. He helped neighbors fix their cars for free when they couldn't afford repairs. He delivered food to elderly residents and volunteered at community events whenever he had time. When Daniel noticed Emma standing in the rain, he walked over with an umbrella. "Are you okay?" he asked. Emma nodded. "My car broke down." Daniel smiled. "Then let's get you out of this weather." He brought her into the grocery store cafe and even paid for a cup of coffee before she could object. For a woman used to luxury and special treatment, his simple kindness felt surprisingly meaningful. Over the following weeks, Emma found reasons to visit the town again. She got to know Daniel and Lily better. The more time she spent with them, the more she admired their life. They didn't have much money, but they laughed together, cared for others, and appreciated every little blessing. Eventually, Emma realized she had fallen in love. Months later, after many conversations and shared memories, Emma decided to tell Daniel how she felt. One evening, she invited him and Lily to dinner. As they sat together, Emma took a deep breath. "Daniel," she said softly, "I care about you deeply. I know this may sound unexpected, but I would like us to build a future together." Daniel looked surprised. Emma continued. "I want to marry you." The room fell silent. Daniel didn't answer immediately. Instead, he looked at Lily. Emma smiled at the young girl. "Lily, what do you think?" The little girl lowered her eyes for a moment. Then she said something nobody expected. "If you marry my dad, will you still be kind when nobody is watching?" Emma blinked. The question caught her completely off guard. Lily continued. "Lots of people are nice when others can see them. But my dad is kind all the time. Even when nobody knows about it." The room became quiet. Emma felt her heart tighten. No business meeting had ever challenged her the way this little girl's question did. She thought about her life. She had donated millions to charities. She had sponsored hospitals and schools. But Lily wasn't asking about money. She was asking about character. Would Emma still be kind without cameras, awards, or recognition? Would she help others simply because they needed help? For the first time in years, Emma looked honestly at herself. After a long pause, she smiled gently. "I hope so," she said. But I think I still have a lot to learn. Lily nodded. That answer seemed to satisfy her. Over the next several months, Emma made changes in her life. She began volunteering personally instead of simply writing checks. She visited nursing homes, helped at community centers, and spent time listening to people who needed encouragement. Not because she wanted praise. Because she genuinely cared. Lily noticed. Daniel noticed too. Emma wasn't trying to impress anyone anymore. She was becoming a kinder person from the inside out. 1 year later, Daniel proposed to Emma beneath a large oak tree in the town park. This time, before Emma could answer, Lily smiled and said, "I think you're ready." Everyone laughed. Emma's eyes filled with tears. She said yes. Their wedding wasn't held in a grand ballroom or luxury resort. Instead, they celebrated in the town community center surrounded by friends, neighbors, and families whose lives had been touched by kindness. Looking around the room, Emma realized she had finally found what money could never buy. A family. A community. A sense of purpose. And it all started with one simple act of kindness on a rainy day. Sometimes, the greatest treasures in life aren't found in bank accounts or expensive homes. They're found in caring hearts, helping hands, and the courage to be kind even when nobody is watching. If this story touched your heart, remember that kindness doesn't require wealth, power, or special talents. A small act of compassion can change someone's life, and sometimes, it can even change your own. Thank you for watching Kindness Moments. Until next time, keep spreading kindness wherever you go, because the world always needs a little more of it.